Can you tell us more about your story in the career? Can you tell us more about MetaScene? What was the inspiration behind MetaScene? What advice can you give to those aspiring gamers as well who want to venture in the Web3 space?
They need to get involved. They need to go into Discord. They need to go to play their games that they like. They need to create content. They need to write strategy guides. Get involved. Learn about the project. See if there's any like ambassador program.
Right, GM guys, good morning.
GM.
And welcome to the METAVERSITY Scoop. So today we have Tony Bishop and Dillinger, the newest Web3 recruits of YGG. So we're not playing basketball, but we're going to be playing a lot of video games together in the future. But I'm pretty sure like our listeners, our viewers, would love to hear. First is your humble beginnings as professionals in your respective careers, and later on we're going to be tackling how you ended up, or what you guys are doing in Web3. So maybe we could start with you, Tony, first.
Okay. For me, I'm from Dallas, Texas. I'm a junior college prodigy. I started out being an underdog, working my way up. Right now, I'm a 12-year professional player. I've played all over the world, Europe, Asia, South America, and the Philippines is really actually one of my favorite places to play. I love it here.
Sorry about that.
For me, I guess consistently just staying consistent, with basketball. A lot of people used to always tell me, oh, you're not going to make it professional. You're going to go Division I, just chirping, like that. But it motivated me. So for me, in the class that I came out with, I'm actually one of the only guys still playing professional. You know what I'm saying? In 12 years, and it shows a lot of work ethic, a lot of consistency, and a lot of faith, for me. So I just continue to buckle down and continue to work and each and every day and stay focused.
Now, mind me asking, so if you didn't see yourself ending up in professional basketball, like, what would you be doing?
For me, physical therapy.
Okay.
I love the body. I love health. I love everything that comes with it. I love helping people improve their body or improve their range of motion for injuries and stuff like that. I really wish gaming was where it is now growing up.
We'll get there.
Because that's the field I really would be in. I would say physical therapy, man.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's the same reason why all of us are here right now, right? Like one way or the other, we have like the same affinity for playing computer games. But yeah, I mean, how about you, Jared? Like, how do you get started?
Yeah, man, I've been playing for my whole life. I wasn't that great in high school. I was good enough to make a Division I team, but I was like a full nerd. So I attended the Air Force Academy. It's like it's a nerd school, man. It's like really hard to get into. They're not really known for basketball. I played a couple years there, training to be a fighter pilot, and just like any kid with a fickle mind, I wanted to switch my attention, and I didn't want to be there anymore. So I went to the direct opposite of a military school, and I went to University of Hawaii. Had a great college experience there. And that was when I started to believe that I had a chance to make it pro, not necessarily in the NBA, but pro somewhere.
Yeah.
I didn't know too much about the Philippines at the time. We didn't have iPhones. We barely had BlackBerries at the time. Globalization, finding information across overseas was tough.
Skype.
Right?
Skype.
Yeah, man. So
MIRC, have you tried that? The chat windows, like
chat windows, Magic Jack.
Magic Jack.
You see,
plug it
bro?
into the PC, make a call.
Bro, yeah, I was there. So I started having a lot of Filipinos come and scout and recruit me to come play on the Philippines and play professional and be on the national team. It was really my junior year where I was like, man, I got a shot. I think I could really make this into something. I blinked 3 times. Now it's been like 16 years, and I'm getting near the tail end of my career. But you asked Tony earlier, like, what would you be doing if you weren't playing basketball, right? I would have been an investment banker.
Okay.
So I was already preparing for that in Hawaii, before like this whole pro career started. But I'm having so much fun right now. So keep that on the
I mean, it's super cool that, you know, like one way or the other, like you still end up doing the stuff that you once loved, right? I mean, you have your initial career, which is basketball, but the hobbies, you know, like they never go away. Like you always have your hobbies. Like I personally, I as I've said yesterday, like my grandma would usually like show up in the computer cafes that I sneak out at and whoop my ass in front of my friends, right? But I personally, I love my first career before getting into Web3 is music production. I like to DJ. I know how to play guitar. But my home, my basketball court is at home in front of a computer with my software open, making beats, right?
Yeah, that's cool.
And that's how I ended up in YGG and in Web3. Is that during the whole pandemic year, is that there weren't any jobs for me, right? So long story short is I found YGG and the rest is history. So now everyone listening right now at home or watching on YouTube, right? Like you're here for a reason, because we finally found out, or a lot of you already know, that Tony and Jared are apes and maybe also DJs themselves. That's why they're here in this space.
Full on DJ, bro.
Because Jared just mentioned that, you know, like if you weren't, if you weren't a basketball player, you'd be an investment banker.
Yeah.
And a piece to Web3, especially Web3 and blockchain games, is you have to understand, or at least be knowledgeable about the pros and cons and the concepts of finance, right? Like at a very superficial level. I never thought I'd go back to doing math, but because of Web3 games, here I am with, I end up with like 5 calculators open at a time trying to see how much money I lost in my last trade, right? All right, so guys, we're back from the break, and we were just talking about how Jared, right, like you end up probably in a VC firm maybe, or in banking, right, if you didn't pursue basketball. But as I was talking about earlier, like your hobbies really don't leave you, right? It's always still there, and you find a way to reconcile with your hobbies one way or another, especially that you guys are operating on, you know, a professional level. In basketball, it's like high intensity, like maximum capacity, you know, day in and day out training. Literally, you guys had a game yesterday, came from training. And I mean, it's a really good way to, you know, still express yourself, right? Especially now that you guys are also involved, as I said, like you guys are involved in Web3. You yourself, or what projects are you in again, Jared?
For Web3?
Yeah, for Web3.
Oh man, I'm in a slew of them. I'm in Gala Games. I'm in Star Atlas. I'm in Sandbox.
Nice.
I mean, I love testing them all, to be honest. I'm in a lot of them. CyberCons, that's not really a Web3 game though. But Luvium.
Hey, so let's spin it up a bit. How about non-Web3? Like, what are your favorites?
There you go. Old school favorites, Final Fantasy VII, PS1 style. Currently, it's like FPS games, you know, Modern Warfare 3, Fortnite, Apex Legends, dabbling in Baldur's Gate, of course, Diablo 4. A little mix of everything.
How about you, Tony?
Oh, for me, you know, I'm playing Call of Duty as well. You know,
nice.
Fortnite.
Hell yeah.
I'm Madden, you know, sports fan, like NBA 2K. You know, Ghost of Tsushima as well as Samurai game. I love fighting games. So.
How about for Web3? Like, are there any projects that you're personally interested in or like involved with?
I'm personally interested in Star Atlas, actually.
Nice.
You know, but I'm just now really getting into the space, so I'm learning and I'm kind of understanding more and more of the Web3 gaming, and I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, so I was just thinking about this earlier. Like in every friend group, like there's always that one guy who's going to be introducing the whole squad into Web3 and crypto. And I assume that for your crew, Jared, it's you. It's your dude. You're the Web3
hard,
team
bro.
captain.
It was hard. Like when I first found out about it, like I was so open about it through my social platform, through the basketball world. Like during the pandemic when we were playing in the bubble back in a couple years ago, I swear I got like 60% of the league into crypto, NFTs, Web3 games, just because I was just so open about it and teaching everyone what to do and how to go on this wallet and connect this with that. Like, I was that dude.
Yeah, I mean, so go ahead.
That's how we connected.
That's right, man.
Really? Okay.
I was on the other side. We wasn't
Okay.
teammates then,
Okay.
battling against each other, and then we connected through crypto, NFTs,
Yeah.
and just started really broadening our friendship, and then now we're teammates, and he's helping me along the way.
So there's this there's always this conception, right? Like when you talk about Web3, Web3 games, crypto, it gets tricky because for one side of the coin is that if you are new to it, like you really don't know what you're doing. Like not gonna lie, first time I got into crypto Web3, I tried getting all the resources online, reading white papers and whatnot, but you never really fully understand it. It's time and the market is a lot important. Like it's the experiences, it's you making mistakes, you fucking up sending like some crypto to like a random wallet and getting stuck in another chain, right? And it's part of the process. But like for you personally, Jared, that now like you have a responsibility as a crypto captain or the Web3 gaming captain with your friends, with your teammates, is how do you navigate, like picking or choosing the projects that you work with? How do you make sure that these projects are safe and like there's nothing that would get flagged like down the line later on? How's that work?
You gotta use a lot of common sense first. Like you said, everything
very
you
true.
said,
That's
it
very
sounds
true as well.
It
Very
sounds
true.
like simple and cliche.
That's very true.
Look at the people that are making the game. Look at their background. Like, what have they done previous to making this game? Right? Are they following through on their updates or their patchworks, or are they saying what they're gonna do?
Yeah.
And the actual game itself, is it fun? Like when we go down to the simplicity of it, is it a fun game to play, or is it something that's been done before?
Yeah,
right.
exactly.
So I think it's a lot of moving parts in one, but really I think when it comes down to it, read the right paper, make sure it makes sense to you. But like, game has to be fun, and the person that's making the game, are they reputable? They have a good reputation. Like those are the biggest things.
The
that
companies
I really
have they worked with in the past?
Exactly.
Like, track record.
Exactly. Like that is so important.
I mean, how about for you, Tim? Like, was there the same experience early on, or did you end up like getting fucked one way or the other?
It's a lot of trial and error as well. Like, you have to do your research, like he said. But it's a lot of trial and error. I was able to, when I was in the NFT space as well, heavy.
And that's a lot trickier. The NFTs is another different,
whole other
animal,
rabbit
right?
hole, bro.
Exactly. Just like you said, with cryptos, doing my research on each crypto that was going on, like how's it moving, how's the market moving, how's it shifting. For me, I was able to like earn money, lose money. It gets, a lot of trial and error. So that's really what happened with me.
I think if there's one thing, right, that like the cycles and the markets teach us is that sustainable, good projects, or like at least projects that make sense and contribute to the space in general, tend to hang around a lot longer, right?
Okay.
And like for one, as you said, Jared, is that like looking at track records of not only the projects but also the founders. Like what project has he worked with in the past, for example, or maybe if he came from a Web2 company, like what did it look like? Did he like make any significant contributions? Where I'm getting at is that that's not always the case. That just because there are founders that have worked in certain companies that it will always be successful, because one reason is that it's always dependent on how the team is put together.
Yes.
It has to be the right recipe. It's like basketball.
It's exactly what I was going to lead to.
Right?
Yep.
It's like basketball. Yeah, I mean, go ahead.
No, dude, you nailed it right on the bat. Like business, sports, crypto world, Web3, they all have a similar template, right? You got to form a team, and we have to have one philosophy. We all have to be on the same page. Like for instance, if we're in this crazy bear market, right? Are these gaming companies, do they save enough money to bear this bear market?
Yeah.
Like that's something you would really need to think about. Like, are they just spending all the crap in the beginning and now they're fucked on the back end of it? And that's just the simple common sense. Like, dude, come on, man. Obviously, you don't know what you're doing if you run out of money like that. So business, sports, the industry that we all love and that we're currently in, like it's the same template, man.
I mean, let's change things up a bit here. So maybe let's start with Tony. So what are the projects that, or are there any specific, like Jared has Daredevil Media, like are there any like like teams, projects, associations that you're working with, specifically for your ventures or like the project that you're working in crypto?
Okay, for me, I have a crypto foundation. It's called
Nice.
Chosen Stars Foundation, and for that, we are giving kids access and opportunities to earn scholarships. You know,
Nice.
through classes. So we have like a music class, a tech class you can take, as well a crypto class. You know, a mental health class.
Nice.
So all these kids have to do is spend a few hours taking some classes. It's all virtual. You can do it online. And from your hours that you take with this class, you earn scholarships. So the amount of hours that you put in, you can use the money for, you know, to invest in the crypto like you're doing, or you can use it to invest in your school or whatever you like to do. So that's right now, that's what we're working on. It was based around NFTs, and now we're venturing another way. So we have a NFT just like a Space Jam. I know you remember that movie with all the basketball monsters and stuff like that. It's actually pretty cool. But so we have 300 of those actual pieces that are really detailed artwork, and from then on, we just give the kids a scholarship once they dial into the classes.
Okay, top of mind is that. So we've also been able to put together, you know, a proper amount of, I wouldn't call it emergency, but like charity funds, or like it's more of it works as a calamity fund for us. It started with a tournament that we made back in the day. It's called the YGG Managers Cup, where we put together all, you know, the managers, like the celebrities who are playing Axie Infinity, for a good cause. So we're able to put aside, you know, a few $1,000s, and those same funds were used during the time of I'm not sure if you guys were here in the Philippines. Then it was Odette, the typhoon Odette, and also we donated a few parts of it to community members who needed operations and stuff like that. And well, one of the bigger chunks that we've donated to is an orphanage called Gentle Hands in Quezon City. But yeah, I mean, what we're getting at here is that, you know, like, crypto doesn't always have to be about earning. I mean, it's good. I mean, there's a reason why we're all here, right?
Of course.
What can we build together, right? That makes it more meaningful. So I wouldn't say I was surprised, but I'm super glad to hear that was the first project that came out of your mouth, right?
That's all I'm about, man.
Yep.
I love giving back to the community.
I'd love to see like in the future, right? I'd love to see more foundations or Web3 foundations just working together and see what we can do, right? Because I mean, like, we're already in the space, right? And each organization, each individual also always want to have to, you know, give back. And I think that's a really good way, right? Like, what can we do together? Like, how can we move forward with our what like, let's say if you guys are based in the Philippines or based in the States, what do your communities need, right? Like, they need. I mean, Mr. Beast literally just gave like a whole city as in Africa, or like a couple of cities, 100 wells,
Yeah, that was dope.
you know, stuff like that, right? And technically, like, we're minded by the same interests, specifically as Web3 and gaming, right? So yeah, looking forward to that. I'd love to hear more. And how do the listeners check out the project?
Just for right now, follow me on my Instagram at tbishop3_, and you'll be able to see what our journey is going right now, and the more process that we're going into for the future.
100%. Okay. So how about you, Jared? Like, what's keeping you busy in the Web3 gaming space and Web3 in general?
Oh man, I'm gearing up for Illuvium to come out. That's going to be pretty cool next week, from my understanding, right? So that's pretty cool. For my CNN show, I'm talking to a lot of Web3 companies right now. Gala Games being one, Illuvium being another, a slew of others that we're going to be putting out in our episodes just to showcase and, you know, show the general public just the future of Web3 and metaverse and gaming. So I've been working on that for a while now, so it's pretty fun. It comes out in December, and see how that goes. Okay.
All right. So yeah, before we go, definitely what we would want to hear from you guys is, what advice would you give, you know, students, upcoming, you know, tech builders, and maybe even, you know, other varsity basketball players in high school or college who want to do the same things that you've achieved?
Okay, for the Web3 space.
Yeah.
Be patient. Take your time. Do your research. It's a lot of trial and error. You know, have fun with it. You know, continue to just dive into it, suck up so much knowledge, and get your experience out there, and just have fun with it.
And Jared?
I think the biggest thing with anything that you're wanting to find interest in, you find a mentor. Mentorship is everything. Whether that's through on YouTube University or someone that you can reach out to, don't be shy. Communicate. Ask questions. Like, if you guys want to hit me up through Instagram, maybe I won't answer right away. Maybe you hit me up over and over again. Be persistent. Who cares? Yes or no? Maybe I say no to you, but maybe the next person you hit up, they're gonna say yes, right?
Yep.
So I think that is so important in terms of just growing and getting better. You need someone to tell you like what to do, what not to do. Look out for this. You should try this instead. Like, mentorship is everything.
Urban, totally agreed. So guys, you heard it first. We've got Tony Bishop and Jared Dillinger for another episode of METAVERSITY Scoop. If you want to hear more podcasts like this, make sure to check out links below, and see you guys in the metaverse. Peace.
Stay at the channel.